Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about Jinky's Circle album. So I got the mammoth that is Dice out. Can I just say, I've said this before, I hate that Shiny no longer does the same, however many dimensions it was that all their solos used to be. It was so aesthetically pleasing. I want them to bring it back. Anyway, maybe one day, I know I've done a video in the past where I complain about album packaging. I think I'm gonna do another one, but that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about Jinky. So, just to go over this is gonna work, I'm gonna run through the track list, give you my thoughts on each song, and then give the album a score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have some disclaimers before we get started. Disclaimer number 1, with a singular exception that we will get to, I have heard every song on this album only once so far. My opinions on them very much may change over time. Second disclaimer, my standard one, everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug says, music is subjective, and that is great. Alrighty, now that we have all that out of the way, let's get started, and right off the bat we have the title track. I think it's O parentheses circle, but maybe the O is meant to be a circle. It's the title track, you'll figure it out. But that song, and all things considered, I'd say she's pretty good. However, I can't deny I am a bit disappointed just because after Dice, sitting right here, did so well, I was kind of hoping our Jinky solos would move towards a poppier sound. And while I'm not mad at this, again, don't get me wrong, I prefer the poppy sounds because I am a pop girly. But let's discuss the song, shall we? The verses, they're fine, they're nothing super special. I was also somewhat into the chorus. There were really only two parts of the song that I would say I actually really liked, which was the background music at the beginning I thought was cool, and I liked the outro. The outro in particular, absolutely a moment. But my key issue with this song is really, it doesn't feel like it has a place, because, hear me out, okay? Dice was poppy, we know that, I loved that. And then his debut album, that was a ballad album, okay? And Jinky can slay a ballad, don't get me wrong, but I feel like with this song, he started leaning towards the ballad sounds again, but he didn't really commit to it, which gave it this half-hearted almost feeling to it. It's a half ballad, and that's not ideal if you ask me. Anyway, next up is going to be Cough, and right off the bat, we have to talk about the guitar. There is indeed a guitar here. I am still weak for the guitar. I am a guitar lover. That's going to be a trend in this album review, particularly because there's several songs that have a good guitar in them. This is just the first one, but one day we'll figure out why I love a guitar. Today is not that day. Guitar aside, this was a really nice song. It was really chill. I was vibing, but I also have nothing to say beyond that, so we're going to move on. Next, Rain on Me. And for once, I don't like the guitar. I know, it's a shock to all of society. I just didn't really like it here. It was too slow. I prefer my guitar vibes to be more campfire with the besties. This didn't really give that, so I wasn't the biggest fan of it. As for the song itself, it's a ballad, and while it is stunning, don't get me wrong, it's not really my style. I prefer more of a belt your heart out kind of ballad. This is not that. I like ballads that give me goosebumps with how shook I am by them. This one, very nice, very chill, just not really for me. We have reached the one and only collab on this album, which is Caramel featuring Giddy Boy. And honesty time, okay? It's time for us all to be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like the song. This was my least favorite song on the album. It's not that the song is bad, because it's not. It's just, I had several issues. Issue number 1, I didn't like Giddy Boy's rap. I just wasn't into it. And honestly, this song just feels like it could have been by any artist. There's nothing really unique about it. It feels like SM wanted a collab on this album somewhere, so they pulled a song out of the vault and handed it to Jinky. Actually, I lied. It does still have some Jinky-esque vibes to it. He might have Jinky-fied it, but just big picture, it was a bit too generic. I wasn't the biggest fan. Moving on, our next song is going to be Anywhere, and I'm a little bit too obsessed with this song because it's giving chill banger vibes, and I'm in love with it. I was jamming to this song at 7:02 in the morning. Any song that can make me jam at 7:02 in the morning deserves a Medal of Honor. But let's talk about this song now, shall we? This background music manages to perfectly toe the line between being really chill and really nice, but also absolutely slang, which is a power move. On top of that, I did really enjoy the verses, however, by far, at least if you ask me, the shining moment of this song is absolutely the chorus. I love this chorus so much. It manages to be really soothing, really chill, really nice, but also I want her to play in the background while I dance around my apartment and get dressed, and I feel like I can't describe the vibes any better than that, so I'm not even gonna try. Next, Paradise. This song, once more, loving the guitar, but also, hear me out, This is giving shiny vibes. I feel like it shouldn't be like a leap to say that a Jinky solo has some shiny vibes to it. However, I don't think he really has any other solos that I would really say are giving shiny to the extent this one is. I would say this is his shiniest song, and as a shiny lover, I'm so here for it. But like, in all honesty, this song is amazing. The background music is so good, it's not even fair. The verses are great. The pre-chorus also, potentially Jinky's best pre-chorus to date. I'm not willing to fully die on that hill, but like, I would say it's probably top 3. But on top of all that, the chorus is immaculate. To summarize, I loved every second of this song. I was obsessed with every second of this song. On the off chance you haven't heard this song and you just listened to the title, I would highly recommend this song. Up next, we have Expectations, and my jaw dropped at this chorus. It is an absolute moment. Like, I can't tell you what in particular it was about this chorus that had me just in love with it, but I'm definitely very much a fan. The rest of the song is great too, don't get me wrong. I like the verses, the pre-chorus is solid, and the bridge is very pretty. However, that chorus, oof, I love her. We have reached my favorite song, which is No Parachute. This is the song I've heard more than once. I've heard this song like 10 times already today because I'm obsessed with the song. But I do have to be honest before we begin. I already knew this was probably going to be my favorite song on the album because I listened to the highlight medley and I almost started crying when I heard this song because, like, from the minute this beat dropped in the highlight medley, I was like, this is everything. This is everything I could ask for from a Jinky song. Like, I would potentially argue this is his best song yet, but I'm still not willing to die on that hill either. However, I will say it is very high up there for me. But let's discuss the song itself while we're here. We might as well, right? I will say I did enjoy every part of this song. However, by far my favorite moment, like the moment that solidified this as potentially Jinky's best song to date, is the chorus. It just manages to do everything I could ever ask for. Like, everything I could ever want from a Jinky song is in this chorus. It slaps for starters, but it doesn't go too hard. Like, it's not like a tame and banger style song. It manages to also really suit Jinky's voice. I really appreciated that. And just in general, it's so good. It's every single second of this song is incredible. I loved it so much. Like, I knew going in I was going to love this song. I did not expect to love it as much as I do. We have reached the penultimate song, which is Walk With You. And I like the background music. Once more, there is a guitar that I am weak for. I feel like I should not have to repeat that I'm weak for guitar every time. But, like, I am. It's here. I liked it. But even without the guitar, like, I was very much feeling this song. I was for sure vibing. And it was giving me, like, hear me out. I was having visions for this song in the background of, like, a very cute best friends TV montage moment on, like, a Disney Channel or something. I want to stress, I'm saying this knowing none of the lyrics, but it was just giving those vibes, and I was very much a fan of said vibes. Last but not least, we have Always, and this is an absolutely stunning ballad, like, gorgeously stunning, but I don't like it as a final song because, not that it's a bad final song, it's a very decent closer, but I feel like Walk With You would have been the perfect closing song, so I'm just a little disappointed we didn't get that. But whatever, it's fine, we'll move on. We have this song to talk about, and again, it is just beautiful. Like, this is potentially my favorite Jinky ballad, and his entire first mini is ballads, so it's not like there are nothing to compare it to, and frankly, I would say I like this more than all of the songs on his debut album, although I, to be honest, don't listen to it all that often. Plus, last thing, which did earn it extra credit, this song almost made me cry. I listened to it at like 7:20 in the morning. I feel no emotions before 8 a.m. other than a great, just deep-seated will to die. So the fact that it almost made me cry is a power move. Anyway, it's score time, and overall, I'm gonna give this album a 9.3 out of 10. And hear me out, okay? The first, like, 4-ish songs, the first half, I'll say, because there are 10 songs, but the first 40%, not the biggest fan. That section itself, probably, like, an 8.5 out of 10. Not bad, just, like, not the best. The second half of this album, though, oh my god. The second half of this album, I added the entire second half of this album to my album music. And for those who don't know, I do not add a lot of songs to my Apple Music on first listen. I usually like to listen to it a couple times, and then we'll see how I feel. All of these got added after the first listen. I'm just obsessed with them. I plan on going back to work after this because I'm on my lunch break. I plan on going back to work after this and listening to them on loop until I die because I love every single song on the second half of this album. Even like the closer, while I'm disappointed it is the closer, it's still very good. So yeah, 9.3 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know which song is your favorite. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter, @_albumreviews. I'll link that in the description along with every SHINee related review that I have done and my 3-part history of SHINee, which to be fair is a bit out of date because it's like a year old now. But it's basically, I just run through the history of SHINee. There's 3 parts. You can check all that out if you so choose. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!